What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, where today we have another episode of Fresno State Bulldogs Dynasty. When we last left off, we got absolutely destroyed by Michigan, but we added some coaching points, and we're looking around trying to decide what we want to use them on, but ultimately we decided to use them in our recruiter to upgrade some recruiting choices, including the offensive linemen and middle linebackers. On top of that, we added some more players, and we're scouting them and offering a visit schedule for all of our top prospects that are being dwindled down as we get into our home opener versus FCS West. I've heard some things about the FCS schools, so I'm pretty intimidated as we run back the kickoff, get a decent gain here. Right out of the gate, 1st and 10, we high snap it and get it off to Sherrod, who picks up 12, so we're on a good start. Second play of the game, Malik Sherrod once again getting about 2. So we decide that, hey, let's try and throw it, see what we got here, and we almost make a very critical mistake. It should have been intercepted. I would have intercepted it. But on 3rd and 8, we throw it and can't find anybody, so we decide that we have to punt it. A quick 4 and out. It only took a minute, but FCS West has the ball. So now we're thinking we got to get a stop quick. We can't let this game get out of hand as they pick up 4 there. Hand it off to the running back again. 2nd and 6. They get another 4. So now it's 3rd and 2. We really got to bolster up our defense. And I get in there into the crack. He ends up trying to go to the outside and gets met. But on the 4th down play, when they punt, our guy decides that it'd be a great time to go ahead and rough the kicker. So we go ahead, take away that first down for us, and we give them a first down and driving toward the middle of the field. So now, very next play, 1st and 10, we get in the backfield. Ball does not lie. We get -3 yards then. Hand it off once again. He manages to get 12. So now we're back to a 3rd and short situation, and they immediately get a pass completion to get the first down. And look at me right there. Don't test me. I see where your eyes are. I get an interception. Fresno State got ball back, and we hand it off to Sherrod, who gets a big play on the very next play. Down to the 38. We're already looking like we're in field goal range, although, field goals are very difficult this year. We get it down to the 32. And we managed to get it to a very good 3rd and short. Hand it off to Malik Sherrod, who tries to get an extra bit of gain there. Manages to find the first down, plus some additional yardage. Mikey Keene up next finds his receiver on the outside, who manages to get it down to the 1 for a big 21-yard gain. And on the very next play, we get a false start. So now we're looking at a 1st and goal from the 6. We find our receiver there for a first down, and we completely botch the kick because we're going for power instead of just making it. So that's a big mistake we're going to have to fix, and we let him get through that? What are we doing? That's a 1st and 10, 3 1st and 10 that our defense is letting get by. In the very next play, they gain 3 yards, go right back to the ground. We have a bunch of guys down there, and get it to a 3rd and 6. They managed to throw it once again, but their receiver, for some reason, is blind, can't pick it up. Mikey Keene, now looking for anything, gets about 2 yards, turns a sack into that gain, hands it off to Malik Sherrod on the very next play, who is getting another big down. Malik Sherrod is being clutch for us, handing it off once again, getting that first down, and we got a little bit of a drive going. Mikey Keene, boistering himself. We got X wide open. He should be open, and he catches it down the sideline for a very big play. Good job by Mikey Keene getting there. Malik Sherrod avoids one tackler, gets right up the middle, goes for another first down. So now we're knocking in the red zone, and Malik Sherrod, he's breaking tackles. He wants that touchdown. He wants to get there, put us up by 2 scores. Mikey Keene can't find anything. We decide to try and throw it to our receiver on the run, can't manage to do so, so we find 3rd and 6. Mikey Keene finds his receiver on the very next play for a touchdown. We go up by 2 scores, 13-0. And on the very next play, they hand the ball off, manage to gain about one. Second and 9, we're trying to get into the backfield. We managed to get them for -5 yards. Third and 14. On the very next play, we're looking to get a stop, but our corner completely does nothing. They find a receiver wide open down the field, and they manage to score a touchdown to cut the lead down to 6. So we're looking to try and bounce back here. We decide to run this kickoff back. Big mistake on our end. It only goes for about 15 yards, so we lose quite a bit of yardage here. Now, 1st and 10, Mikey Keene's looking. I'm trying to get the ball to the outside, but we're unable to do so there as we grab 2nd and 10, decide to grab as many yards as we can to get it to 3rd and 8. And Mikey Keene finds his receiver on the outs, manages to get a first down there. So now we're still getting our drive going. Malik Sherrod once again going up the middle, grabbing another big gain to go up to 81 yards. Mikey Keene, very next play, we have a receiver wide open, X over the middle, but we wait too long. 3rd and 1 with 1:51 left. Again, looking for anybody. We have multiple people wide open over the middle, but we don't find them. Decide to go for it on 4th and 1. Manage to barely get that first down. And on our 1st and 10 play, we hand it to Sherrod, go a little bit backwards, but he manages to find another decently sized gain for 7. With 1 minute left in the first, Mikey Keene's looking. He's throwing deep, trying to find a man, trying to go for it all, but we can't get there. So now it's 3rd and 3 with about a minute left. Malik Sherrod gets the ball, trying to get a first down, but he only manages to grab 2. We decide to go for it on 4th and 1. Malik Sherrod going up, grabbing as many yards as he can, getting to the 100-yard mark. Big day for him. Mikey Keene finding his receiver out there for a big first down once again. Going into the second quarter, we're winning by 6, and that's my biggest mistake of the game so far. We freaking have our guy. We need to just float it over there, but Mikey Keene throws an interception, and now FCS has really good field position going into their next possession as their receiver jumps there for some reason and drops the ball. FCS looking for anybody. They find a receiver who manages to gain 4. We just need a quick stop here. I drop back into coverage, and they are unable to get anything there. Manage to kick a field goal and go down 13-10. So we're still up 3. We're still in good position. We hand the ball off to Malik Sherrod, who gains about 1 yard. Look to try and do some play action next play, and we get absolutely destroyed. -12, 3rd and 21. We're just trying to get anything going. We have Square open. He gets out there, outruns his defender. He breaks the tackle. He's looking for the end zone, and he manages to get there. Big touchdown by Fresno State to go back up by 2 scores. Now, FCS, they've got to answer back. They look for their receiver. Our guy gets there just in the nick of time, although I feel like he could have gotten there to get an interception. And on the very next play, they managed to only get 4. We managed to stop them. So now it's 3rd and 6. We're trying to get some sort of stop, but we're playing off. Their receiver manages to get a first down, and on the very next play, we should have had that interception. Our defender is there. He has his hands on the ball. He needs to catch those. On 2nd and 10, they managed to grab 7. FCS handing the ball off. They managed to go up the middle. They're going, and they grab a first down. 7:40 now left to play. FCS, they find their wide running back out to the outside. He manages to get a big gain, first down and more, to go to the 24-yard line. They're knocking on the red zone. We have to stand and make a stop here. Our linebacker covers off of the tight end and leaves him wide open. And this allows them to get within the 10-yard line, and on the very next play, FCS pounds the rock in and scores a touchdown to go down by 3. So now Fresno State has to answer back. They hand off to Malik Sherrod, and we're looking to get anything. We just need to score to keep this game apart, because we know that if an FCS school gets close, they might just destroy us. On the very next play, 3rd and 1, Mikey Keene throws it down. He's going for it all, and Moss beats the defender and catches a touchdown to put the Bulldogs back up by 10. So we kick the field goal, thankfully, and manage to get back on defense. FCS West is looking for anything. They go dink dunk down, get a 6-yard gain, and we're looking to, force a 4 and out, try and get something there, but we are not able to jump in front of the defender. FCS finds a first down, and again, not covering anybody. Our running back, their running back manages to grab a first down pretty efficiently, pretty easily, and on the very next play, gets handed the ball for 2-yard gain. So now FCS is down by 10, trying to go for something. They almost got their running back out there. He was wide open, but he throws it into the dirt, and our corner gets beat once again for FCS to go down by 3. So now we're thinking, this is ridiculous. We got to get something going, run some clock, get the ball, and go up by 2 scores, hopefully going into the third quarter. 2nd and 6, we find our receiver, but we can't get it to him. They have a defender down there watching, and they manage to tip it away. 3rd and 6, Mikey Keene looking for something else, can't find it, so we turn the ball and give it back to FCS West, who on the very next play finds a 9-yard gain. Fake, and FCS West on a fake pump finds a touchdown to go up by 4 on Fresno State. I can't describe to you the pain that I'm feeling by that pump. Mikey Keene, looking for his receiver, finds Moss, who made a big play earlier in the game for a big gain. So now we're looking to hopefully just score to go back up before half as we find our receiver going over the middle. He manages to find 7. Mikey Keene, once again, we have R1 wide open, but we throw it up to Moss thinking he can make a big play again. He's not able to do so, so now we're looking at 3rd and 3. We go back over the middle, find our receiver who manages to gain that first down, go to the 31. We hand it to Malik Sherrod, who gains another decently sized gain for 4. So now we're throwing it out. We find our receiver who he tiptoes down the sideline and he gets down to about the 4-yard line. And we have 1st and 10 leading into the 2-minute warning. Handed off to Sherrod, who's going to take us there right out of the 2-minute warning gate. Mikey Keene, he's looking for a receiver, just trying to find anybody. We're trying to get it out to our receiver, but thankfully that just goes way too far and we don't find anybody. We have our R1 right there who manages to go. He breaks up the field for a first down. Sorry, not a first down, a touchdown, and we go back up 3. So now, 2-minute drill. FCS is driving down the field. They want to score. We manage to get there to the quarterback. He finds a sack. They drop by 5. FCS running out of time, and their receiver drops it on a 3rd and 15 now. Hand the ball off. They don't want to get anything too crazy going. We call timeout, trying to score down with just about a minute left. And on the punt return, we think we can see some green, but they got fast, and yeah, big mistake by us. We fumble the ball. FCS gets it right back. And now they're pretty much knocking on the doorstep looking to tie this game up before it goes into halftime. They just, throw some short passes down to their receiver. 52 seconds left. FCS is going. They're looking. They have more receivers just wide open. They're taking any yardage that they can. And at this point, 8 yards is a lot for us. But we managed to get our sack there to put him back to 3rd and 10. So we just have to get a stop. They have a receiver. Pretty much he was wide open over the middle of the field, but we were there. They throw it away to kick a field goal. And it looks like we're going to end up going into halftime with a halftime, tie. Mikey Keene trying to find a receiver. He finds almost his receiver. He almost gets there, and that could have been a big gain. Jet touch pass. We have some blocking. We're going up the field, and just like that, we're thinking, maybe we can get into field goal range. It's about at the 50-yard line. We only need just a little bit left. We're still, just taking what yards they're giving us. We find 7 there, and we're hopefully trying to go for a Hail Mary shot there as we find, Moss in the back of the end zone. And this is ridiculous. We were nowhere even close, and we're going to go into halftime with a tie ball game, 34-34. So now we're coming out of the half, and we're not looking too shabby. Definitely looking better than we did against Michigan last week, as FCS finds a big gain there for 8. We managed to go and find their running back there in the backfield. He only manages to gain 1. On the very next play, they throw it, force an incompletion, but they go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure why that video is not in there, and they get a first down. So now we're on our heels. We're trying to get the ball back, but FCS is, driving, and we're not looking too great. We find there we are hoping to step in front and find an interception, but thankfully we managed to get there, force a fumble, and get the ball back, looking to go up by anything as we get shut out there back in the backfield, lose 4. Mikey Keene thrown into the outside, finds Freeman, manages to gain about 7 yards there. Very next play, Mikey Keene thinks he can find his receiver over the middle, but is unable to do so. We have to punt it. FCS West hands the ball off, gains 4, and we're looking, get this ball back. We try and force a fumble there as our corner just thankfully manages to get there, knock the ball out, and there's nothing we can do here. We step up to try and cover the receiver going over the middle of the field closer, and they manage to throw it into the middle of the field deeper. We don't have enough coverage there, and they get a first down. Couple plays later, it's 3rd and 8. We need a stop here so bad. We manage to get a sack, and we can get the ball back. So now Malik Sherrod's getting the ball handed off to him. He's going for a very big gain. He's had a big game already. He tries to cut back, break some tackles, but he's unable to do so. But we do get the ball down to the 27. He deserves a well-deserved breather as we grab only 1. He's back into the game. Mikey Keene on the very next play tries to throw it out there. They get too close, and it's 3rd and 9. Very next play, we find Sherrod running to Texas. Thankfully, the linebacker steps off, and we're able to get that big gain as we touch pass it right in front of us, and we manage to find the end zone once again and go back up by 7. So now with FCS West having the ball, we're looking for anything to break this game wide open as we're only up by 7, and he manages to find his tight end over the middle to gain a big first down. We see here we're on fire. We are right there with our linebacker. I swear to God, we're right there, so close to getting our 2nd interception of the game. And thankfully on the next play, we get our 4th sack. They lose 13, and on the very next play, they're just going to have to screen it out and only gain about 14. So we're getting the ball back, baby. So FCS, we're looking to get the ball back. We have so much going for us, and we roughed the kicker again. This is the 3rd time this has happened this season. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. We really have to watch out there. I'm not sure if I have to, hold on to that guy and make sure he's not hitting the kicker, because that's ridiculous. So now FCS West has the ball within the 30-yard line, and they're already in field goal range. So we really have to make a stop, but we're not able to do so on 3rd and 1. They find the big first down and hand the ball right back off. He breaks 1 tackle, but is unable to break more. 2nd and 4. Just looking for anything. They've managed to throw the ball away, thankfully. So we're looking to stop them, hold them to a field goal, see if we can get anything done, and they manage to throw it away again. FCS West kicks a field goal. They go down by only 4, but that's enough to where they still need a touchdown. We're playing press coverage. Instead of lobbing it up, we throw a bullet pass. That was the easiest touchdown of the season. There's not even a question. And honestly, when we threw that ball, their defender blended into the logo. I'm not even going to lie. As we have circle wide open there, triangle, we're trying to get to the outside and throw it to him. Very quick 3 and out, gives them ample amount of time. Not that they're really worried about time in the 3rd quarter to go down and score. And they're dotting up our defense. Our secondary really needs to step up, because they're just having a field day with us. And even now, their running back is having a field day as he grows for 8. But we get into the backfield on the very next play, get a big tackle for loss. And we're trying to hold them to a punt here as we get into that backfield, get another sack, another huge sack for us, and Malik Sherrod gets handed the ball very next play. Still having a great game, but of course they're managing to hold him up and keep him in the backfield as we find our tight end over the middle. Those are what's working for us. We're going to keep going over the middle if they're going to keep giving it to us. And on the very next play, we find Mikey Keene, doing what Mikey Keene does. Moss for 200 yards. He's going big today. We think about throwing that away. They get on us real quick, but we managed to find a touchdown that's huge for us. We go up by 11, and going into the fourth quarter, their quarterback steps up, tries to gain a little bit, only manages to gain 2, so now we're going into the fourth quarter. This is where legends are made. We're only up by 11, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, 452 passing yards for Mikey Keene. He is cooking. Give that man a Heisman. But we got to remember it's FCS West as there's a fumble, another fumble. That is our 3rd turnover of the day. We've got to capitalize. There's nobody going around. We try and get it out there, try and force something. While up by 11, why not? But can't find it. Malik Sherrod only manages to grab 2, so we're still looking for anything. Find our tight end, our big tight end, who manages to get down to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Hand the ball off to Malik Sherrod. He has wide open space over the middle to gain about 5. But we cut that off because we take it down, run out the play clock. So now it's 2nd and 10 again. And we really got to get better about this. We're forcing things far too much. We're not taking what the defense gives us, and I think that's a problem for us. As we kind of kick ourselves out of field goal range there by taking that sack. We probably would have made that otherwise, and miss a huge kick that could have potentially put us up by 2 full touchdowns. But we get into the backfield on the very next play. They lose 5, and another wide receiver just wide open over the middle through our defense. They're knocking on the red zone, and we're not able to do anything to step up to the plate as we thankfully managed to sniff out their screen and turn it into a minus. 3rd and 12. Looking for any stop here. We get to the quarterback once again for our 6th sack. We're having a phenomenal defensive game as they kick a field goal. So now we're within 1 score. We got to put this out of reach with 6.5 minutes left. See if we can run any amount of clock, maybe go down, kick a field goal, and just put this game away as Mikey Keene, not able to find anything, forces it out, throws an interception, and this is exactly what we didn't want. I should have thrown the ball away from there. I'm not learning from my mistakes, and that's a big problem as FCS finds his receiver, scores a touchdown, and they go down by only 2, but thankfully we're able to stop them and still remain up 2. Next, we're going to hand off the ball. We still need some type of score. We really messed up there by turning the ball over and throwing an interception, especially when we're having such a great game. We managed to find Sharp up the middle for a gain of 6, and Mikey Keene still looking to hold on, get us our 1st win of the season. We managed to grab a 1st down there. Malik Sherrod going. He's still going crazy this year, going 6 yards, having a huge day on the ground. They're pressing. But we're still going to hand the ball off because we're trying to run out, as much clock as we can. We're still winning, so we don't want to give up the ball. But we decide to throw for it on 3rd down. Don't get it. So now they're looking. And once again, what did I tell you? Do not test me. We find our 2nd interception of the day. That's a big one. That puts us in field goal range. But we definitely want more than 2 right now, as we want to go up by hopefully multiple scores. And we get nowhere handing the ball off there, but on 3rd and 8, we decide to throw it and find Freeman over the middle, gains about 14 yards. to go into the red zone, hand it off to Malik Sherrod, who's going to go on the outside and break a tackle, get a touchdown to go up by 9. We are looking solid here as FCS West has to dump it down to the running back, who's only going to gain 2. They're going to get to 3rd and 1. And on the very next play, he's going for it all, but it's short. He's throwing on the run. Our receiver is there. Our defensive back actually is there to catch it, trying to house it, but is unable to do so. Not going to complain, though. We get it down to the 30, and we're looking to end this game. It should already be over, but we want to make a statement. We hand it off to Sherrod, who still is unable to get anything. We see press on the outside. Mikey Keene is going for it all. He finds Moss in the back of the end zone. He's going to catch his 3rd touchdown of the day, and he's not done yet. We're going to find a receiver who's going to get there. They're going to score 2 points. We're going to end up winning this game by 17, and we had a great game. Mikey Keene, 565 for 8 touchdowns, 2 picks. Not great accuracy, but whatever. Malik Sherrod, almost 200 yards receiving. Jalen Moss, 252 yards receiving. A couple of other receivers with over 50. 3 interceptions. 2 of them by our user, and some sacks to go along with it. We had a great performance today as we see a bunch of people, narrowing down their schools. We see a lot of firsts for us here, and we can have a lot of guys visit now as we have Mountain Conference Player of the Week defensively and the National Defensive Player of the Week. 8 tackles, 2 sacks. He gets it done. Jalen Moss, not able to get the National Player of the Week, but able to get Mountain West Conference with his statistic line. And going into week 3, we're now 1-1. Things are continuing to look up for Fresno State. We have so much potential, and I'm glad that you guys are here with me, joining me. So if you guys like this video and you want to see more videos on our Fresno State Bulldogs rebuild, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, turn on notifications, comment what else you want to see on this channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.